In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright, of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright, of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Good after, wait, no. Good morning. No, wait, good health. Ciao. I have been sick all weekend. You guys know. Oh, wait, why's my bra showing? You guys know I do not get sick. Since coming to the Caribbean, sick is not a thing. But those airports and that artificial air, you coming home with something. You coming home with something. So I kept fighting it all week. I kept feeling at my throat. And I thought I could treat it and get it out my system. But what it really had to do was break out of my system. So the cold had to come, because the minute it broke out, meaning full-blown cold, virus, whatever, then I literally could feel myself getting better, but I just had to nurture getting better. I was damn near sick for days. Y'all know I would never not come on and do a thing. But then I don't come on, and all hell broke loose this weekend. We've got real American problems. We got real third world presidential problems because I don't know. I think it's bad, guys. Hi, Noel. I think it's bad. Hi, Incognito. Hi, Gabriella. Yep, I masked up. I did. But I know where I made my mistake. I did mask up. Hi, Uniquely. Hi, Steven. Hi, Jenny G. So, when I was at my first leg in LAX coming home, I got to the airport 6 hours early because the FAA said we're canceling flights starting November 7th. I traveled on the 8th, and the news was like, warning, warning, warning. So I told everyone, I'm going to just get to the airport after the memorial. I'd rather sit there, be checked in. There was no problems. The lines were fine. There were no problems. So not only did I have enough time to waste, I fell asleep at the gate. Did I eat? I don't even remember. Yeah, I did eat. I did. And you know when we eat, okay, so I fell asleep at the gate. And the thing about the virus is sleeping because you take in more breaths. So here I am sleeping, no mask on, didn't think I needed a mask because nobody was there. When I woke up, the gate was crowded and I knew it. I said, Tracy, you're going to get sick. I was sick almost because I didn't get home till the next day. So by the time I got to St. Croix, I felt something. And I said, no, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it with herbs. I'm going to fight it. For a week, I kept fighting it for a week. I do feel much better. Thank you, God. Woo, Um, hi, Irie. Good morning and welcome back. I am back. Okay. So I wasn't sick enough to fight a bitch on IG this weekend, which I didn't save any of it because, again, I was too sick, but I fought that bitch. So there's this little girl, cutest, youngest, profound, up and coming, magical girl. And she posted something on Money About Money. And when she was done, you know how you can retweet? So I retweeted for my followers and I put powerful, meaning she's already stepped into her, her essence, her power. And it was a money magic spell. And it was so cute because she was like, y'all up there looking for a man. No, turn your man into money. And I was like, I love this. I love this so much. Oh, this is good. I felt like I needed a lot of love. in my drink today. So I put green tea, lavender, and honey. It's hot, but it's good. Very good. Lavender has a little bit. Oh, maybe I need lemon. Hold on. I'm going to promote her because she is up and coming, and I'm very proud of young ladies that are up and coming. Remember, I told y'all I'm so glad just not to be alone. And the IG world has really like allowed all of us to share. So her thing is she's so adorable. Her thing, see, I don't have a daughter, so when I see a young lady that I'm like, oh, if I had a daughter, she would be exactly like this. But God didn't give me a daughter. He gave me granddaughters, but I don't think the mommy's gonna let me teach. But I do teach Ezra, so at least I get Ezra. Um, her name is. Stop binding yourself to men and start binding yourself to money. Her thing is stop binding yourself to men. The video. Start binding yourself to money. That's beautiful. Her name is House Haus of Pink Coven. Amazing. So some bitch said to her, I don't know what it was. It was like, be careful. Be careful. Something about be careful, young lady, or something like that, right? So I responded to the bitch and I said, don't tell her to be careful. She knows what she's doing because this person, this little girl, looks like she is being trained by a grandmother, a mother. Like she looks like she is taking the tools that somebody taught her and putting it out there. Hold on. Hi, oh, thank you, Jaden. Thank you. Hey, hi, Monty. What's truth, Gabriella? Lisa says, I've traveled a lot and never understood why certain cultures would wear a mask. And this was before COVID. Now I understand when traveling through many airports, there are a lot of airborne issues. Oh, you're absolutely right. I lived in Koreatown before COVID, and there was not an old lady you could find that didn't wear a mask. Hi, good morning, bird fly away. What's she saying? So then I said to the bitch, let's call her bitch for right now. I said, listen, don't tell her to be something. I don't know what she told her because I was going to share it with you, but everything got deleted. I said, don't tell her to do that. I said, she knows what she's doing. And now remember, I'm damn near a crone. No, crone should be about 80. I'm not a crone yet. I'm the mature one, right? What is it? the thing, the maiden, and a crone. I think I'm still in maiden. I'm not a crone yet. But if somebody wants to call me a crone, I beat their ass. You can call me what you want. My favorite word for me is bitch. All right. Anywho, I say she's fine. She's fine. Then she comes back at me. And she's like, don't tell me not to say something. And I was like, oh, here we go. She goes, I'm an elder. No, you're a bitch. She goes, I'm an elder. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what, bitch? I didn't say bitch. I said, you know what? Leave her the fuck alone. Because I realized something else was going on here. And if y'all go to House of Pink Coven, tell her Tracy sent you, the one that cussed the bitch out on her thing. Tell her. Tell her Tracy sent me, because you know when somebody is being well taken care of. And let me see. House of Pink Coven. House, yeah, of Pink Coven. Ugh. Well, you know what? Let me do it large. House of Pink Coven is the young lady who I was fighting over this whole weekend. Funniest shit ever. But I also don't mind fighting for women. You guys know that. Children, Epstein. We're going to talk about that. Meghan Kelly. Oh God, it's getting worse. But we'll talk about it. I haven't been on in like 3 days. We got to talk about it. Anywho. So this woman, she's like, don't tell me, blah, 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 blah. So I went back at her. And I was like, I realized what she was doing. I realized she wasn't being an elder. She was intimidating her. She was stopping her. And I'm like, this girl is on her way to be something. And this category of people, I don't know how old she is. She could be anywhere from, I'm thinking she has to be grown. So she's anywhere from 20 to 26, maybe. This is the category of people before the ancestor babies. This is the one that's going to help the ancestor babies, because the ancestor babies came to fight. This is the one that's going to carry the magic to tell the ancestor babies, oh, we're going to fight this way. Anyhow, so I realized what she was doing. I was like, leave her the fuck alone. Oh, she came back at me. We fought this whole weekend. I was very entertained. I called her all kinds of names. She called me all kinds of names. She called me a witch, but okay. I love when people call me a witch. I love when people call me old. What? My feelings cannot get hurt. Sticks and stones. I grew up in that era. So at some point, she kept wishing things upon me. And then I would say to her in the same feed, I would say, you're going to get it back 1,000 times. She would bring up my ancestors. She was like, something like, I'm going to talk to your ancestors so you know who you're messing with. I was like, my ancestors? My Haitian ancestors? Oh, I was like, do it. I'm sure they would like to have a conversation with you. Do it. Like literally, I'm typing. Oh my God, that would be amazing. She realized she was losing the argument. This went on all weekend. And she realized she was losing the argument when she said to me, I hope you die. You hope who? Because oh, at one point she was like, let's take this off the feed and let's talk in private. And I was like, no, you put it on the feed. It stays on the feed. And at some point, I guess she was losing the argument. I don't know. But then she goes, I hope you die. And then be reborn. So I was like, did you just say you hope I die? I said, oh my God, this is Moses. This is where your own words will come upon you. At that point, I was like, I mean, I think I cussed her out, but I was like, you crazy bitch. Like, who says things like that? Yeah, Bert, she brought up the wrong person's ancestors. And she kept saying, you don't know who you're messing with. You don't know who you're messing with. You know what I know? You never know who you're messing with. So why are you superior? Why are you superior? Oh, you don't know who you're messing with. To be messed with, but I never say it. Because I don't, sometimes I got to do everything to keep my ancestors back. And my sister's up there. Are you crazy? That girl loved me. She's up there telling the ancestors, oh, we got to go to battle. We got to go to battle. Everybody, this Tony, everybody, we got to go to battle. We're going to go visit that bitch's house tonight. This is not child's play. And the difference between me and her, because I checked out her site, she has this following. You poor, the people that follow her, she has this following where the following looked kind of old though. It didn't look like it was brand new. Where she has these people come in and she chants everything about money. She's only money hungry. And then I realized, and I said this, I said, you steal souls. You gather these women together so that you could steal their souls and their monies. I was like, I wonder how many people actually survive after coming to one of your camps. Child, that made her mad. Everything made her mad. Let me see if I can find her name. So after she committed me to death, I don't see her name. Oh, here it is. After she committed me to death, which is hilarious, I looked on her site and I realized this woman steals people's souls. Let me see when this one was. Y'all are going to this woman. I'm not saying she's not teaching. I'm saying she has to have a gathering of people in order to teach, to then steal your soul. Let me know if you guys want to know who it is. This bitch tried to kill me. Just shocked at her behavior. 22 of my people follow her. Oh no, 22 people that I follow her. She's a bitch on wheels. I wish her much success. Oh, you want to know? Yeah, who is it, please? Of course, I'll tell you. Be careful, guys. I know. Oh, and then I put A-N-E-L. And then I put you're sinners. You're stealing the souls of women. Sometimes we look up to people as if they know more than I do. And don't get me wrong, there are times in our lives where we're lost. I've been that way, where I'm like, I need a mentor. But some of y'all don't realize who the hell is teaching you. And that is scary. And she has a lot of blue check mark people following her. That's her. Dumb bitch, wishing me death. Like, who does that? And she goes, I wish you to die, to be reborn. There's so many ways you could take that, but I took it literally, bitch. I took it literally. Stupid bitch. Never be scared of a weak person. Magic only works if you believe what the person is saying. Do you understand? Black magic. Do you know that most black magic, they kind of have to tell you they're doing something? No. I I think I like her. No, she's one of my people, Gabriella. Let me see. There's very few metaphysical people that I don't like, by the way. Very few. No, I don't know. I don't know this bitch. I've never seen her a day in my life. I don't think I know the hood healer that well. But does she go by? Let me separate the word. Oh, no, I adore her. I mean, she's a powerful witch, but I've got no complaints on the power that she exudes. I don't think the hood healer is a bad person. I think she is a powerful person and don't give a shit. No, it's not her. Thank God. Oh, I'm a Louisiana Creole. You know, we have the same blood. You do realize that from Haiti. We have the same African DNA structure. Most people don't know that. Yep. All right. Oh, you did know that? That's why magic lasted. In Louisiana, of all places, magic lasted because we have the same blood. Right? Mm-hmm. Right. Birds Fly Away says, and I'm so proud of it too, as you should be. As you should be. All right, everyone. What do we have to say? Well, we've got this bitch here, Meghan Kelly. And there can be nothing more dangerous than a white woman. We know this as blacks. We know this from working with them, right? We know this. Why is my bra showing? We know this. What the hell's going on here? We know this from the most recent neighborhood videos. It's always a white woman bothering some black man. Like they don't care. They're foul. Yeah, I never. Oh, hold on. It wouldn't even dawn on me to wish her death. So you know you're winning an argument when someone wishes death upon you. You're like, you can't use your big girl words. You have a problem. Oh, this is the wrong color. You have a problem with your big girl words? Because I was laying it on her. I was laying it down. I was like trifling. No, you can't do this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what I said because everything got released. But last night, she wished death upon me. And so she wouldn't be bold. What I realized is that she couldn't shut up. She couldn't let me have that last word. She always had to have a comeback. At one of the feeds, she was like, I didn't even see this one. You could let it go. And I said that to her. I said, your power is in shutting it. But no, no, she couldn't. She couldn't. I think the little girl finally showed an adult because they were letting the argument go through. But at the point of death, I think the account was like, okay, we're going to stop this now. We're just going to delete everything. Trifling ass bitch. Trifling hoe. My kitty cat. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, mommy. All right. So getting back to, haha, she was busted. Did she block you? No. No, I can get on her channel right now. She didn't block me. That's how I know that the account holder, House of Pink, Move, bitch. No, no. That's how I know the account holder, House of Pink Coven, that they must have deleted the comments because I can still go on her channel. So she didn't block me because she's not. Oh my God, Lovey. She's incapable of blocking me. Do you understand? When you think you're a badass, when you think you're so pretty, when you think you hold women's pussies in your hand and you think you got the power, she would never block me. She's the type of person, any attention is good attention. It doesn't matter to her. So if they didn't block me, not block me, they didn't take down the conversations until she ordered my death through the spiritual world. I said, girl, now we done gone back in time and now we have to do Moses. Moses said, let my people go. The Pharaoh says, every firstborn shall die. And Moses said, oh my God, oh my God, your own words will come back to haunt you. Why did you go there? But Moses had to commit to the direction that the Pharaoh gave. He had to commit to it. He said, by your own words. So I said the same thing to her. I said, I feel bad for you because your own words will come upon you. Poor baby. Poor baby. A desperate nut job, yes. Such sourness, poor character, self righteousness in the ego, unmanaged, unhinged. He did say that. You know, there are certain examples in the Bible where you can't just say shit. And remember, it was all in the auspices of magic, right? Because Moses took his staff and turned it into snakes, and Pharaoh did his thing and turned it into something else. And no, Pharaoh took his staff and it turned into a snake. And then Moses took his staff. Moses took his staff and ate Pharaoh's snake. He was trying to tell him then, yo, I said, let my people go. Why is this a problem between you and I? What are you doing? So I have to say the same thing to her. What are you doing? This turned out to be an ego-based conversation on somebody else's feed. And all I said to her was, leave her alone. She knows what she's doing. But she's so egotistical. She's so pretty. The way I saw it, she wanted the little girls pretty. The little girl was talking about money magic. This woman is all about money magic. But what the peoples don't know is that she steals their souls. I'm pretty confident no one has ever gotten rich except her. Anywho, hi Kiona, hi Marcella, how are you? All right, Meghan Kelly is a whole nother bitch. Like, white women, I really need you all to step up to the plate. Like, I need you all to do better. And at the very least, go after your own. Meghan Kelly should not have an account anywhere. anywhere. But I need white folks to talk to each other because this bitch is dangerous. Now, I don't know what this is. Let's do this. Oh, but I think I like this one first.
Meghan Kelly is the type of woman that would sit in the house and let her husband abuse her daughter. Yep. That's basically what she said with that bullshit that she said the other day. All right.
Again.
Meghan Kelly is the type of woman that would sit in the house and let her husband abuse her daughter. Yep. That's basically what she said with that bullshit that she said the other day. All right.
I just read an incredibly disturbing email from the Epstein files, directly from the files themselves. So these were not just cherry picked from some news source. This is directly from the files. This is your warning. It is pretty disturbing. The email I'm about to show you is between Epstein and Tom Barrack. Tom Barrack is an extremely close friend of Donald Trump. They've been friends for decades. He is a real estate investor, but he also has served with Donald Trump in both of his administrations. He was the senior advisor for the 2016 Trump campaign, and he also served as the chairman for the inaugural committee. Now in 2025, he has been appointed as the United States ambassador to Turkey. So he and Trump are like this, okay? Context. Now here we go. Tom starts by saying, "Hope you are good. Let's catch up." In response, Jeffrey writes, "Hope you are well. Photos look good. FYI, I receive many calls a week about both Donald, redacted, beauty contest, Mar-a-Lago, etc. As we all know, Trump runs beauty contests and, modeling agencies and stuff like that. Anyway, and Clinton from reporters. Less so recently with Clinton, but my answers are always, I have nothing to say, or I try to ignore altogether. A few times I have been ambushed on the street with questions, but I'm more careful now." Then Jeffrey says to Tom, "Send photos of you and child. Make me smile." I don't know when enough is going to be enough. At what point are we as a nation going to go, yeah, this is enough information. This administration is filled with kitty diddlers. Maybe we need a reboot. Maybe these people need to leave office. Maybe these people need to be held accountable for the safety of the women and the children. What is it going to take?
It's going to take white women to step up to the plate. Y'all got to stop justifying these men and objectifying your daughters. That's what it's going to take.
I would just like to remind everyone that Meghan Kelly has a 14-year-old daughter. Meghan Kelly has a 14-year-old daughter. So while she's actively trying to convince the world that a 50-year-old man having sexual activities with a 14-year-old child, they're trying to downplay the significance of what Epstein did, because before we knew that these files could possibly come out, it's, oh my God, he's a pedophile, he is disgusting, he is horrible, he is the scum of the earth. And now it's like, well, 15's not that bad, right? It's not like 5. Like, I would call him a pedophile if they were 5, but 15, I mean, 15. She is willing to ruin her career, whatever it is over there, her image in her children's eyes, because a lot of them have already known what were in those files. Like she said, she knows someone personally that was around when all of this stuff was happening. So if you know someone personally that was around when all of these things were happening, you're well aware of who was around. And now You have to try. You can't just switch your stance last minute, right? You can't switch your support last minute. You can't withdraw your support last minute, because that's going to be suspicious, to say the least. So what you have to do is try to change the way people are thinking. But most of us aren't sick. 14 is a child, is a baby. Especially when the predator has been on this earth 4 decades longer. Meghan, we're never going to forget this. And then she left a comment with the whole backlash that she's getting. She left a comment and said, people are so weak now. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're seeing Republicans fracture in real time and seeing people like Meghan Kelly try to defend the indefensible. You're either with Marjorie Taylor Greene and the others calling for the release, or apparently trying to somehow justify this. Meghan Kelly on her show said that his conduct should be viewed depending on the age of the child. That because he raped 15-year-olds and not 8-year-olds, that there is, quote, a distinction. Now, the thing is, according to Virginia Giuffre, in her memoir, Nobody's Girl, she writes that Epstein himself would often talk about this. He would try to justify his pedophilia, saying that because the age of consent can vary in different places, then somehow there's moral ambiguity. And here we see and hear Meghan Kelly parroting this same defense that an abuser was using. The fact is, it is morally not distinguishable to rape a child regardless of the age of the child.
Oh, child, that's a lot. White woman, stand up. Do better.
Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal.
Does it make sense that could pass for younger but look legal? What? Weirdo. White women, stand up. White women, make some noise. Period.
Hey, Meghan Kelly, is this you?
It's crazy. I didn't realize there was a contingent of Jared defenders out there. Most of us, I gotta be honest, would have said, so Jared's a freak. My God, what the hell's up with Jared from Subway? I mean, that's truly what most people would have done. How is this even remotely controversial for what he's been exposed for?
Detective, he said that what they discovered, because they couldn't tell me all the details, and I understand that. He said to me what they discovered was that Jared was but a pea in a pod. Regardless of how big he was, so well known that he was leading them to even larger individuals, political figures, celebrities. Now we see Epstein. He had fallen shortly thereafter. Really, in the grand scheme of things, it was only a few years. And I can't see why he would not have at some point engaged with Epstein, because he liked going to Boca Raton. He liked going to Palm Beach and spending time there. And, you know, Palm Beach is where Epstein lived. And that's where his playground was for the most part, aside from his island. So I think there's a lot more to it. And I think a lot more is going to come out.
Wow. I hadn't even considered the Epstein connection, because I was going to say there was no domino cascade of celebrities and public figures falling for this kind of thing after Jared. Epstein would be a big one. That if there were a connection there, that would be a very significant one.
For anybody who doesn't know who Jared from Subway is, he was a guy who was really, really big at one time and actually lost a lot of weight just being on a diet of Subway. Somebody found out about his weight loss journey, made an article about it, and it blew up, and he became one of the biggest people out there. No pun intended. He got so known that Subway actually brought him onto their marketing team. Basically, he was an influencer, just like a lot of us on TikTok. But the thing is, he got caught being a weirdo. And the woman who you can thank for Jared being caught is literally the same woman who Meghan Kelly is speaking to right now in this interview 2 years ago. And her name is Rochelle Herman. She is a journalist who spent many years building a case against Jared. She literally pretended to be friends with Jared while building a case on him for years. She had to suffer and listen to a lot of the nasty things that goes on in his mind. So yeah, Meghan Kelly had an interview with this woman about 2 years ago, and a lot of the things that she said then does not stack up to what happened a few days ago. Anyway, hear what she had to say about Jared the pedo.
He's 45 now. I guess he'll get out at age 51. That's still a relatively young man. You don't grow out of pedophilia. It's a lifelong affliction.
Statistically speaking, every single person that commits a sexual crime in their lifetime, they end up committing 179 on average. And I think he's well over that quota. But when he gets out, he will have a lifetime of supervision until something falls through the cracks. I don't know. So
he should be chemically castrated. There should be a mandatory chemical castration.
I wonder if she feels like that about all the chomos, because what she said a few days ago just doesn't seem like it adds up to me.
It's miraculous to me that this brand withstood this controversy. The face of the brand turned out to be a serial pedophile. There's no other kind.
Am I hearing that right? There's no other kind?
I don't know what's true about him. We have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. You can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference. Yeah. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Well, the other woman is there showing a swastika. Was that a swastika? Showing what was that thing on her neck? Swastika? I think it's a swastika. I don't know. Is agreeing with her. That's kind of the problem with the Jewish state. That's the problem. How could she not combat anything that Meghan said? How could she go, oh, wait. I don't know if this is what I want to do. I think I need to pull out. I think I need to shut my channel down. I mean, where is your moral for yourself, lady, with the swastika? Where's your morals? Like, was that a swastika? I don't know if that was a swastika. But how could you allow yourself to be so vulnerable that you would stay in the same feed and not combat at least combat it first. At least be like, whoa, I think 15 and 8 is underage. But you stood there and it's like, is that what you people do? Where are my Palestine people? Nobody in Palestine would ever put up with that kind of rhetoric. Nobody in Palestine would be like, listen, I got a 15-year-old. If somebody touched my child, they die. That's what Palestinians would say. Do you know Palestinians? But the lady with the swastika, is that a swastika? I don't know symbols. Was like, I was like, this is why this world is falling apart. Nobody has a backbone. I had a very similar problem this weekend, and I had to put my foot down. I had to say, no, I cannot do this. And although I realized I had hurt someone's feelings in my morals, that was okay. I still had to say no. And I stated why. And there's still love between us. Because the bottom line is, I'm not getting compromised. Had I been on that show with Meghan, although I wouldn't have been on the show because I'm black. Had I been on that show with Meghan, lady with the swastika, never forget all you people do is forget. How could you let her get away with this, lady with the swastika? I don't get it. Thank you. My nose. I don't get it. Let me look at the comments. Hi, Miriam. You know, I was warming up some food. She probably did have a swastika. Yeah, that is the problem. Sick weirdos. I think Meghan is a weirdo. She is. What are we doing here? What is USA doing? We are co-signing white men to do and be whatever they want. But I have to tell you, the USA has always been known to let men rule, let them take down their daughters, let them, and I'm not talking about just black men. I'm not talking about just white men. A girl is not safe in Latina culture. Oh, you think I didn't know? What? I feel like in the USA, we don't challenge our men enough. And some cultures, fathers sexualize their daughters. At one point, white women were told to go to college to get a man. I'm just saying. There are just some things that I know. And then they did that. And then when their men cheated on them with the secretary, the women didn't have identities because everything was in the husband's name. They literally had to enact a rule or an act where women can be re-identified into society. Yep. Them snakes shed their skin, and you may be able to train. Let me see. Them snakes shed their skin. You may be able to train it to do tricks by nature, but it's still a snake. You can't change its nature. Thank you, birdie fly away. Thank you. I mean, this is disgusting, Meghan. So, white women, when are y'all going to protest? Because there wasn't enough white women on my TikTok feed that told me that y'all are willing to fight. I need y'all to fight.
As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. Definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think
It's
there
not.
is a
It's-
difference.
yeah.
There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Difference between being a disgusting ass white woman and being a human being. Let's focus on that.
Not all mothers are built the same. Not all mothers see the world in the same way. Meghan Kelly's statements recently, I watched it 6 times. There was no differentiation for me between the ages of 5 and 15. There was no litmus test for me when it comes to abuse and pedos between the ages of 5 and 15, 15 and 25, 25 and 35, 35 and the grave, when we are talking about children, someone's children. I have come to the conclusion that there's disagreements among mothers on both sides of the aisle, regardless of your political affiliation. But there is a baseline in which we all possess, that we take care of our children, that we take care of others' children, that we look around and make sure that they are safe. And the benchmark is not 5 or 15, less than 10 is what she said. I was uncomfortable with the casual nature of the conversation, the way in which they were bantering back and forth as if they were talking about one person breastfeeding versus the other person using formula. The casual nature of the conversation concerned me. I listened to it 6 times, and I know that not all mothers are the same. Because the mothers that I know, the ones in my circle, could not speak casually about something so serious. Do not have a litmus test or a pendulum swing on whether a child is 5 or 15. Again, 15 or 25, 25 or 35, 35, or the grave. If you are talking about someone's child and abuse, and to do so casually, as if their abuse changes from one decade to another. We don't have to agree on everything, but there is something that we need to agree on. Not all moms are the same.
Wow, that was deep. That was so deep. I am concerned about every young child around her, and with the comments coming out of Meghan's mouth, look at her showing her true nature. I think she would sell her daughter to Trump. I really do. I think she would sell her daughter. All right. I need to see white women stand up.
Meghan Kelly has a 14-year-old daughter! She has a 14-year-old daughter! Meghan Kelly, you cool with her getting abused by Trump and Epstein? You cool with that? That's not bad, right? Because she's not a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
That crazy bitch got a 14-year-old daughter? Oh my God. I guess she already sold her daughter out. Maybe that's why she's making
Meghan Kelly has a 14-year-old daughter! She has a 14-year-old daughter! Meghan Kelly, you cool with her getting abused by Trump and Epstein? You cool with that? That's not bad, right? Because she's not a child. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Do you know that most people get abused at development age? At the age of development. Whatever that looks like. For some kids, it's 13. For some kids, it's 15. But the minute you start to pop out from the front and the back and thicken up just a little, because real thick thigh girls don't get a woman's body till like they're 28, right? Most girls get abused at the age of development because it's visible. You could see the development. So sad. I did a report that Putin has a lot of blackmail on these officials. You are absolutely right, Gabby. You are absolutely right. There was some point in the second presidency where either before the second presidency of 47 or during the first 3 months, Putin fell out with Trump. The thing about Putin is that he has all the videotapes. They're all blackmailing each other. Netanyahu has a whole bunch of videotapes. Epstein had a whole bunch of videotapes. Diddy had a whole bunch of videotapes on powerful people. Why do you think Diddy's office got raided? Because they wanted to make sure whoever Diddy had, they can take the videos off the block. Yeah, he's starting to unleash a lot. Like, think about it. All of a sudden, these emails are coming out. How? That's the funny part about this. Nobody's asking how. It's Putin. Oh, Bird Flyaway says, I think Meghan would or already has sold her daughter. And she was dead serious, Noel. She was dead serious. All right. I'm going to do a reading on her to see if white folks are going to let her keep her show. Did I get everybody in? Let's do this one.
Meghan Kelly just argued that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't a pedophile. On her show, she claimed that because he was into barely legal 15-year-old girls and not 5-year-olds, there's a difference. The Daily Show's Josh Johnson immediately fired back, questioning how she was ever an attorney. He joked her legal defense would be, "Your Honor, my client only engaged in diet pedophilia." Johnson added that while everyone knows the difference, there's never a good reason to discuss it.
Yeah. Also, guys, let me get this last. I don't know what this is, but let me play it. What is this? I knew it wasn't something that I wanted. Let me see. Oh, wait. No. Oh, I know what this is. Okay. I'm saving that for something else, but I'll leave it up there. Let me get this one out. This is a good one.
President Trump, it's KK Caroline, your favorite press secretary. Now, I know you've been held up in your room for a couple of days, but I've got some good news. So, you know how everyone is saying that you gave Bill Clinton a Hummer because his nickname is Bubba? Well, it turns out that Ghislaine Maxwell had a horse named Bubba. So now people are starting to think you gave a Hummer to a horse. Now, I know what you're thinking, but don't be a naysayer, because the horse, yeah, I can spin that, okay? It's gonna be fine.
Hold on, guys. Alrighty now. The knock scared the shit out of me. It bothered me too. That's funny you should say that, because that knock actually did bother me too, which means somebody's gonna come knocking on Megan's door. This shit is about to get thrown in the gutter. I agree, Tracy, about calling out Meghan on her statement. The women's movement has been very quiet since the overturn of Roe versus Wade. Where are the girls at? I agree, L. Williams. Meghan herself may have been a victim. And fuck you if you were. I was a victim. How the hell does it look like me promoting what I went through? Fuck her and fuck her victimness. I don't care. No. She may have been a victim. She probably is victimizing her daughter. Oh my God. Hi, A. Walker. How you doing, sweetie? thank you for talking about this. I was curious, but didn't have time to get into it because it's been such a rough weekend. Oh my goodness. There are rich men games I ain't want no parts of. Putin is a petty king, yes. Um, all right. She works for Sirius FM, I believe. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. If you white women don't petition to Sirius FM to take Meghan off, she does not represent us. She's a nut job and she is guilty of this weird shit. She is a nut job. All right, let's lower the stage. I shuffled the cards already earlier. Let's lower the stage and let's see if we could get some answers on whether or not will Meghan be able to keep her career. She's been taken down for blackface, but that's because blacks stood up for blacks. White women, I need you all to step up to the plate. Don't tell me you love your daughters if you don't take Meghan down. Don't tell me you love them. Don't do it. I won't buy into it. Please, God, talk to me. Talk to me about Meghan. Please allow me to see anything and everything that you would like for me to see. Meghan is your child. She is your love. She is your beloved. Please authorize me to see and say what you would like for me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen. 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 So I saw this, which I could construct it as the letter T, maybe. All right, Meghan. I got my cat here and it's being a fucking pain in the ass. All right. This is Meghan probably leaving with her tail between her legs. Oh, let me take you down, Birdie. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, you know what? Let me do something else. I always do this. Tall and big. And Birdie, I'm going to take you down. And this is so I could see the comments better when I have the screen down. Oh, that's much better. Everyone, please call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. I am available right now, today. There's definitely going to be a legal case against her, or this could also be her employer. Meghan, she herself is sick. Like someone else said, may have personally been compromised, may be justifying maybe what her dad did to her uncle did to her. Maybe somebody said that to her, and that's why it made sense when it was repeated years later. People are going to fight Meghan, and Meghan is going to be caught between a rock and a hard place. I feel like her contract could be in jeopardy, and I feel like she would have to move over to YouTube. She is stressful. In her mental depreciation, she is very, very stressed. Funny, there's a money man here, and at the bottom of the card, I noticed a money man. This thing of children will not go away. This will actually haunt her. So she will become more famous for the comment that she made, which kind of tells me that white women are going to say something to her. Her life will always be measured by these very last words here. They will stay with her forever. It will be forever crippling. Because what is the like Nilly Vanilli? Like nobody ever got over how fake they were. One of them had to die. And still, the one thing we're always going to remember is how they lied to us. So, these particular words against little girls, and I wish I could show you, but this damn cat. This fucking cat, man. Hold on, guys. Oh, please go through. Okay, so now let me show you. This is what the cards look like. The star card is the final outcome. That's the number 10 card. I always put it between number 5 and the number 9. Notice that there's a little girl, not just a child, but a little girl here. Because I think she was talking about girls in particular in her spirit. Justice will prevail. What you don't see is this card, her putting her tail between her legs. But justice will prevail. She's sick, but not in a way where she doesn't know better. She is more sick at the outcome of her walls crumbling in on her. All right? She is going to try and fight back, but the effort will be fruitless. She definitely is going to be tied to this forever. Her contract with Sirius FM could get compromised. They might try to bring somebody else in to weed her out. There's a money man at Sirius that's protecting her. She's probably doing him. But she is crumbling. And notice that this card, the 9 of Swords, which is stress, is parallel this card. So it looks like this. So not only is she concerned that her empire is going to come down on her yet again, because it already has for being blackface. But here we are here she is allowing herself to feel more compromised. There is a man at Sirius that is going to try and protect her. Maybe he slept with her daughter. I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know. But these are the children and my hopes and fears that I pray that white women stand up for and stand against Meghan. This is what I pray. Look, guys, she has no idea what she stepped into. She has no idea how much her assets are going to get frozen. And she has no idea how much karma is coming to her. 3 women, one being a very young girl, is going to cripple her. She will be apologizing. It'll be slow in coming, but she will be apologizing. And she will be apologizing to families. All right? But Meghan, your money will dry up. You are absolutely free to go. Nobody wants you around. Nobody wants you around. You're free to go. It could take about a week to a month, but your money will dry up because this is in the past. Sad. Very, very sad. Meghan, you are trifling. You are disgusting. Let me pull this down now. And let me put her face back up. Image. Oh, here she is. Meghan, you are going to... You know what's so funny about this, though? She never learned her lesson from the blackface debacle, if that makes any sense. She never learned her lesson. So she was allowed to think in her whiteness that even though it was blackface, it was okay. But now we've moved on to pedophilia. And if someone doesn't learn in one area of their life, they don't learn it in other areas. And this is a good example of Sarah's giving her another job, and she should have never had a platform. So, but she got a platform because it was against blacks. But now it's against white women's children. What are y'all going to do about her? We did what we had to do when she came for our people. What are y'all going to do about her? I need the white women to whoop, whoop, stand up, protect your children, and protect other people's children. That's your job, white women. This is not about color. This is about white men loving white girls. And this has been going on for a long time. One of my peeps wants to know, let's see, where's the people in the movement against Roe versus Wade? That's why this is falling apart. You're absolutely right. She's a nut job and she's guilty of this weird shit. She wanted the spotlight. Well, you got the spotlight. Unforgiving. Meghan's words have power. You can speak the life or death with your words. Right. Yeah, she's dangerous. She could be selling her daughter's friends too. Would you, mothers, let your daughter hang out at Meghan's house with her daughter? Because I would not. I'd be like, where you going, babe? I'm going to Meghan's daughter's house. Which Meghan? Which Meghan, sweetie? I know a few Megans. Which one? Meghan Kelly, Mom. This is what happens before I go crazy. No. But, Mom, I will cut all your clothes right now. I said no. That woman is weird. No. Oh, my God. You're the worst mom ever. You're alive. Your pussy ain't been touched. No. You are not going to Meghan's daughter's house. Meghan's husband probably can't be trusted. Who are you kidding? You are not about to disappear in Meghan's daughter's. No. And you black too? There ain't nobody looking for you. So how about if we start here? How about if we just say no? I'm sorry. Everything always comes down to race, y'all. You know, I was talking to Richard one day, and Richard was saying, I don't know what he was saying. He had a great childhood. And I said, I grew up in racism. I don't know if that constitutes a great childhood. And one day, this past week, Richard brought it up again, but he must be hearing me because he said, I had a great childhood. And then he goes, but I'm white. And I said, right. Mine was relative to my blackness. But it's like he's hearing me. Right? Sometimes you just need a black friend to know that white ain't right. It's just not. And just because y'all don't get to talk about it, it's my whole life. So guess what? I get a platform where I get to talk about my blackness, my racism, how I feel about white women. Stand up to Meghan. Don't be a bunch of weirdos. Oh, that's it. I'm keeping it. Upside down child divine. Ugh. An inability to defend oneself against negative forces. It is our job, Meghan, you trifling asshole, to protect the children. For you to come out your face and say something like a 15-year-old is a 15-year-old. Not the same thing as an 8-year-old. It's disgusting. You're disgusting. White women do better. Stand up. At the very least, start with Meghan. Start with Meghan. Child divine. Manifests as the inability to defend oneself against negative forces. Asks whether you see. Hold on, sweetie. I always do this. I'm so sorry. Asks whether you see. Asks whether you see through the eyes of a benevolent, trusting goddess, or tend to respond to others with fear, Meghan, of being hurt, or with a desire to hurt others first. Look what Birdie says. Me too, Tracy, being the only black one of like 3 or 4 in most of my grade school. I grew up in an all-white system from elementary through high school. I had more blacks in high school, thank God. I was always picked on for my kinky hair by the white kids for my cornrows. I'm sorry, sweetie. People who were taught racism and grew up in it were taught to be miserable individuals. Think about it. If you are hating others because of how you were taught, extremely miserable people. Think about it. Oh, I think about it all the time. So I agree. It always comes down to race. Hi, Dee. It always comes down to race. And unless white women stand up to your white men and at the very least start with these children. Start with Meghan. I'm not asking y'all to change your whole lives. Some of you all have to have like 40 years in the desert before all of this can get turned around. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? Like you have to spend 40 years and the generation has to get turned over in order for all of this ugly. But today, we're here. Deal with Meghan Kelly. Deal with her. You'll be surprised how your karma gets turned around. Dead ass. Dead ass. Let your daughter know. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the one thing Ezra loves about me. I'll fight for him. Sometimes he could be dead ass wrong, and I'll fight for him anyway. That's a grandma for you. My granddaughters, I told my granddaughters, somebody bothers you, knock the shit out of them. Right? My sister Tony used to say, you wait till my sister gets here. You wait. Because you got to show your people you got their back. And then later, like a lot of times with Ezra, I got to be like you were dead ass wrong for this shit. You were dead ass wrong. Now, I protected you, but motherfucker, don't do that. You know what I mean? Tony used to be like, oh, y'all messing with me? Wait. I get to the building, everybody's scattering. I was like, Tony, I can't find nobody. And that's when I was told. You know, but Tony would only say that because I had her back. Y'all need to go after Meghan and have your daughters back and let your daughters see you have their back. All right, guys. All right, y'all. Weirdos running packs. Yep. Black women, stand up against Meghan Kelly. She shows us you are not like Meghan Kelly. Exactly. All right, guys. I am so glad to be back. I was so sick this whole weekend, and I just took the time to be sick. Oh, it feels so much better not to be sick. I love you guys. Take it easy. Bye. Oh, wait. Who am I kidding? Call me for your own personal reading, 213-458-7408. Love you. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright, of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracy after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracy Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracy Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.